us cover some points in this session. One of the most important points here is that we have adjusted the layers of the floors just like walls. And if we check the walls, the structural layers are positioned on the finishing layers. And if I join them by this way, then you'll see their connections are not reasonable or accepted. So this is not a good option for us. But why? Since the wall is started from the sine, as you can see, while the bottom part is joined. If I measure the distance, watch this, the length, which is 4120. I mean, the height of the wall is more than 4 meters. Okay, that here, if we check it, the unconnected height is 4 meters. So they are not equal. And the next one, here if we check the area, watch this, 18, and then volume, 4.525. So here if I unjoin the wall, the area and volume are going to be decreased. But watch these, they are fixed. So practically, when we join them, we are modeling it incorrectly, which is not standard actually, and we'll have some problems in schedule table. So guys, I've been always emphasizing on a standard modeling, executive modeling, since if you do not put these issues into consideration, you'll have some problems. And I'm just sharing my more than 10 years of experience working with Revit structure or Revit architecture. And I have gained these experiences in several projects, and you can find these points in websites or in the help of the software itself. So guys, don't forget to take notes. And we create the layers of the floors till the finished layers, as you can see. And here if I open edit type and then I duplicate this, I name it finish. Okay. Then I make a copy and then I paste it align to selected or at the same place. Level 1. And then I move the core boundary upwards. Watch this. And then I delete the structure. And let me measure the distance. It must be 10 centimeters. Watch this. But the architectural floor 10 centimeters too, and we got an intersection here. Again, I want to make a duplication. Watch this. And I delete these. Okay. By this way. So we had a intersection, and this is the warning message. And at such a condition, I specify 20 for height offset from level for removing the warning message. Then we join this part. Watch this. And note that we model the architectural floor based on the interior sides. Watch this. I change the direction, then I join it to the finish layer. Watch this. We have created these details totally principled and standard. So this is very important. So please do not brush it aside. I open level 1 and then I want to edit the boundaries. I delete this, then I add another wall. Watch this. I mean, we model the architectural floors separately. Again, pick walls. We pick these lines, then we trim them. Check it out. By this way, 20 for height offset from level. Okay, and then pick walls. Here I'm gonna tell you another point. I finish this. Following that, I draw a section line perpendicular to this. Check it out in the medium. And I think this is perfect. 1 meter for clip offset or 10. And as you can see, they are being displayed perfectly, and all of them are modeled correctly. I get back to level 1. In wet spaces or environments like kitchen, bathroom, and so on, we should consider a slope for water exist or exiting actually. For instance, here I add a point like this way, okay. Here the pattern, as you can see, is still regular as we talked about it. Then I zoom in. Let me adjust the section. Then I open the section view. Here, as you can see, we got a warning message which shows that highlight floor overlap. So these two floors got overlappings, as you can see. So in order to solve this problem, let me open the CAD file. In CAD files, while we got the concrete layers, let me find a suitable detail for it here in CAD file. The layer will be considered as a variable layer. Here, as you can see, variable. If we consider this space as the room or kitchen or bathroom, floor drain, then we want to consider a slope between this corner to the point, as you can see. So because of the slope, the thickness of this layer is not fixed. So we call it as a variable layer. So it is not fixed because of the point and a slope, as you can see. Watch this. If I isolate this, you see, here we got an arc that we do not have such a thing. We only consider the concrete layer as a variable layer. While the other layers are paralleled with the slope, and the thicknesses are not variable. Here, as you can see, we got the variable column, and we only enable this for the concrete layers. Watch this. Substrate, and note that the thickness of this layer is 15 millimeters. So as we are specifying a minus or negative value, and the value must not be less than the thickness of this layer. So as we have specified 55, we had a warning message since it was more than the thickness of the concrete layer. So we have to specify a value less than the thickness of the concrete layer, like minus 45. Let me see, minus 45. Let me reset it. Minus 35. Again, I select this, opening edit, edit assembly, 50, OK and OK. Modify sub elements, we select it, watch this, minus 30. As you can see, as we set it to 50, the layer is going to be deleted. Minus 25, better. If I reset it, watch this, there is no intersection and other layers are paralleled to the slope. I open the plan view in the floor plan. Check it out in the 3D view. This is the result by this way. So the only variable layer in the floor is concrete, substrate concrete, for creating the floor drain. That this was another point that we have to put it into consideration in creating floors.